I'm here at Puy du Fou in France, and they're about bringing one of these theme parks to the UK. Join me as I go around everything that this park has to offer, and I'll tell you right now, the nighttime spectacular is out of this world. Now, this is a theme park without any rides. There's no rides here, it's all about shows, and as I said before, the tech involved in shows is what really gets me going. Yes, the talent, all the performers, that's all stuff that I can't do, fair play to them. But some of the clips that you see from this place are unreal. I don't know how much I can film in all the different shows. I think the outdoor shows are kind of fair game, the indoor shows maybe less so. But I'll take you around. I've never been before. The opening times are from 9 AM. I think the first show starts at 9:45 to 10:30 this evening. 10:30. And everything about this, I mean, this on the other side of this fence is one of the show venues. I can't get across on camera how big that is. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, some of the shows are like 10 minutes long. They're not very long at all. And some are like half an hour. And then on a Friday night at the minute, it's in late July when I'm visiting. On a Friday night, they do a big spectacular. And I think that might be part of... In fact, is it? Oh, I don't know if that is or not. But the big spectacular over a lake where there's countless actors. I have not seen, other than some viral clips on like TikTok and stuff like that, and the promotional clips on their website, I've not seen anything else. And I'm just really excited. I'm here for 2 days at a theme park with no rides. I think if this did have rides, it would be one of those parks that was known around the world. But they're on about bringing one to the UK. And the amount of, I cannot tell you how busy it is. It's a Thursday today. I know it's just the start of summer holidays, but it is absolutely heaving with people. I mean, we thought the walk down from the Alton Towers monorail, Alton Towers car park was long. Nothing compared to this one, but yeah. Let's get inside, let's start walking around. I don't really have a plan, because I'm here for 2 days. But we'll just start walking and see what we get. See what we get. So let's give you a little glimpse of the map. You can see sort of how big it is. So that is the building we've just seen down here. So it looks a decent size. And these are all the different shows that there are. Now, you'll notice there's no times for the shows. That's because everything is in the app. I imagine there's printouts as well. And that's because they change. Every day they change. Sometimes only slightly. So I'm here for 2 days, and this second day, the show times are slightly different. Mostly because, I think, of the nighttime show, to be honest. So, I'm going to look at the map and see what's nearby, what we can go to. Everything about this park, it's going to be good vibes. Like, their website is incredibly slick. It's in perfect English. Didn't have to do a weird translate thing to book. Same with Spanish and German and stuff like that. I emailed them, they replied within an hour and a half or something. No theme park responds that quickly. And yeah, just good vibes. Good vibes. It's funny, isn't it? Because back at home, all our parks are cutting entertainment. So, people don't want entertainment because obviously no one goes to the shows at home. But that's because the entertainment is bad. Having a 18-year-old, 19-year-old singer is fine as a one-off, but that can't be the whole, the main show. In 2025, you want big special effects and just decent quality stuff. What's the secret de la Lance? I've no idea what anything is. I have no idea what this is, but it starts 10:30, so should we knock it out? Let's go for it. I'll give you my thoughts in a moment. We're just going to head up this way because the fountain show is about to start in about a minute. We're about 50 metres away from it apparently. So we're going to have a look at this, and then I'll tell you. I'll go through my thoughts a little bit on what I've just witnessed. Right, let's talk about. I mean, the fountain show was alright. It was just nothing really happened. In fact, I spent most of that show planning what I was going to do next. It does feel like, even though I've got 2 days, it feels like I've got a rush. Even though it's 2 days, but a lot of the queues. It's a busy day today, and a lot of the queues. I mean, look how many people just. There is 2 sides to this. There's no one on the side. Let's talk about the jousting show, the show that I've just seen. But let's talk about the positives. One, audio, as you'd expect. Just the quality of everything was absolutely. It was surround sound. So as a person would move across the stage, the whole area. The first bit reminded me actually back at Camelot of our little arena, and then what I didn't expect to happen was the whole thing to tilt down, and then everything just kicked off to the point where so much was happening. It was hard to know where to focus your attention, and then the whole castle moved forward as well. Whilst the guys were running up and down it, and the music was beautiful as well. Like the timed events was it's hard to put into words just how overwhelming on the senses that was. And that was at 11:15 in the morning, first show. I mean, this is perfectly quaint down here. And this is not designed to be a big one. It's designed to be one. It's a filler. Like the 200, 300, 400 people that were just here. That's moving them over here now for a little bit of the time, isn't it? So, also, they seem to have nailed loading big shows in theme parks. They let everyone sit down first, and then they paused people coming in, and they made everyone shuffle to the centre. So everyone was shuffling to get a better seat, not a worse seat. You know, they tell you to go to the end of the row, and you end up with a worse seat if you're earlier in. That didn't happen here. Everyone got a better seat, and then they started letting people in again to fill in the sides, the worst seats. It was. I've moaned at every theme park in the world for not being able to load that, but that show alone, way better than any Disney show I've ever seen. Much preferred it. And apart from the animal, like I said, the animal, I could do without the animals. Just give me the stunts. But then it's the tech I'm after. I'm in the minority with that. I kind of accept that. Right, we are going back over towards the start now. There's 2 indoor venues, so I won't be able to film much in there. Oh, what I haven't talked about is the translation. So I brought my headphones. I brought 2 sets of headphones. I brought my open ears ones, they're like the bone conducting ones, and they provide live via the app. So you got to do it. It literally does it through step by step. You can't get it wrong. And I couldn't hear it on my open ears one, but I'll be honest, for that show, you don't need it. Storyline is very obvious for the jousting show. So you need full, for outdoor shows particularly, you're going to need full over ears to do it. But even if you can't listen to it, you can watch the subtitles. Actually, the subtitles will come up on your phone as well. Very clever how it's done. But I couldn't hear it, so I couldn't test it properly in that show, but I will test it in maybe one of the indoor venues on my proper over ears. You do look a bit crazy, but I think people just are aware here that it's a thing. You do have a couple, I think this is one of them, of just walk-through experiences, like you're just walking through, seeing a bit like a scare attraction, but not scary. And there was one clip that I saw last week of like this pirate ship tilting left and right, and I think it's here. It made me book the trip, and I found some cheap flights. It made me book the trip, so yeah. Heading back towards the start. We'll try and knock out both these 2 big indoor shows if we can, because it's the sunniest part of the day. Some of the little tips. 1, definitely bring a cap, and this is my old beaten to hell cap. I don't spend money on caps because at theme parks I leave them all the time or lose them. I don't think they allow umbrellas, so if it was raining, make sure you are ponchoed and wrapped up because it would be pretty miserable in there. I think the shows will still go on, but yeah, just a couple of tips. Oh, and don't leave your sun cream in the car because your car is 10 miles away, which is what I've done. Le Mime El Toil, in my Wigan accent, is what this one's called that we're going to. And this one starts at 11:30. If I can't get into it because I'm too late, the next one just up the way starts at 12, which is about 45 minutes away, but the venues are big. They handle people. This is the next one. I think they've just opened the gates now, are they?
Mais elle voulait un hibou. Je n'étais qu'un plume grimaçant.
That's the best show I've ever seen, and it's really not my sort of show in the sense of black and white. I do need something shiny all the time to keep me interested. I mean, it just shows you actually with Disney and Universal, because you've got the IP, that sort of effort isn't going into it, and you've seen barely any clips from an angle which is not complimentary. Oof, just walking up here, so it's a little bit quieter up here, but I don't know where to start. Also, may I ask, no animals? The animals aren't needed in anything like this. Oh my god! Right, I only went in at like, I don't know, a few minutes to. Was it 10 to 5 to? So I wasn't in the best seat, and I will 100%. As long as I get around a lot of other stuff today, I'm 100% doing that tomorrow, and I'm going to come early and sit near the front. When I sat down, I was like, those projections are very old. I said, I made them like, I know it's meant to be like an old film they're trying to create. Because when you go in, there's people just working around the set, and every so often, like the guy with the lights will zap himself, and all the lights go off, and they come back on. That goes on for about, I don't know, it goes a little bit too long actually, but so I was like, oh, I'm not sure how I'm going to find the shows if this is what it's like. And then the whole set starts to move from right to left, and it's on one big conveyor belt, and it's the longest conveyor belt known to man, and I'm trying to spot, now when I watch it back I might spot the gaps, but when I'm watching it, because the projections change every time they overlay, there's a slight wobble, but because they're using the old school, when you went to a cinema back and the frame used to move a little bit, because they're using that, you kind of get away with it. But then there's people in the set. It's hard to know if that's a set, if that's a projection. After your mind just starts to blend it all in. And there's some good effects in there. The cars. I mean, you didn't see this in the video because everyone was super respectful actually. Only one or two people got the phones out to film. I was filming, like I said, I film here. So a lot of the time I don't even know what I'm filming because I'm so scared of people seeing the light. And my brightness is right down, everything you can imagine to make it as less intrusive. But even then I don't want to, I'm not going to sit there and film the whole show. In fact, in the email, because I asked what you could do, and they did say you could film, they just asked you only do snippets, you don't do the whole show, which is more than fair, isn't it? And yeah, the conveyor just kept going, and then the carousel came out, and then the boat came round. Then what else happened? Then the drones happened. So they didn't see this actually, but those drones were all sat inside the lamppost, and they were just little like candles in the lamppost. And then as the music kind of built up, they all started to rise. I was like, are they moving? I thought at first there was a person in a black suit moving them with the hands. Then I realised I'm floating across the stage. Incredible. And that story was nice. I think he went away to war at the end and got injured in war, because it's a very, very specific clip, and I really liked it when it first came. As it's travelling from right to left, there's a little tram in the background, and it's very specific that tram is on this bridge. I thought, someone's gone to some effort just to put that in. And also the perspective, the background moves slower than the foreground. And by the way, that thing shifts. That thing, if you got hit by it, you'd soon know, I think. And then he goes away to war, I think, and then she walks home, so it all goes backwards for a bit, and it goes through the seasons, so we get rain. I don't know if I think it was real water. I couldn't tell from where I was at. I'll see that tomorrow. You might be able to see it on a clip if I get a clip of it. And you again see snow, and then she's back at home, and then they come back to the carousel, and there's a big, I think, victory speech. I'm not sure. And then he's in a wheelchair at the end, has been injured in war. So really good. Great. Didn't listen to the translations or anything like that. The translations, they were doing it because someone had it on their phone. They had it on loud by accident at the start. You can. I thought I look like an idiot if I put some headphones on now, but actually you can put headphones on because it's the audience for the entire show is pitch black, so no one will ever see you if you put your headphones on. But I just loved it. And then there's a nice little thing that happens at the end, which I won't say because I didn't film it. And I was caught off guard by it. I love it. I know I'm giving you, if you're watching this, you're kind of spoiling it. I know a lot of people won't be able to actually come and ever see, get to hear. But oh my god, that was the best thing I've ever seen. Just like I said, I'm here for the tech. The performance, fantastic. But I'm here for the tech, and oh my god, to get projections to live sync moving objects, and all those moving objects are different distances away from the projector, because obviously they have some sets that go like 3 back, and then they'll have little stalls in front, and they were projection mapped, and they had text, like subtitles come up. It's just incredible. My mind is blown. Right, I'm going to try and work out where else I want to go, what else I want to do next. If something tops that, what's really good about that is I didn't expect it to, because they're filming this black and white film, and I thought, oh, okay. And when all the colour disappeared from the set, it was quite cool. How do they top that? So there's one called Le Renaissance de Chateau, and it is, I'm sure that's how the French would want it pronounced, in my accent. And it just says, there is a ride. There you go. And there's also, can we just say, then they brought the carousel out, and it was moving, and it slowed down, and it started up, and it was better operated than any at Merlin. Oh my god, it was just wonderful. I don't know what this is for, this balloon, but I'm excited to see what it's for. It's quite high, that, is it? It's hard to tell if it's really high and it's really big, or it's really small and not that high. But yeah, we'll go to this one. But this has just got a long time to it. It doesn't say like it's at a set time. It says it's 30 minutes long, but is it just forever looping then? Is that how that one works? So this is only going until 12:15. It's just gone 12 now. So I don't know if I'm going to be on time or not allowed, and I'm not sure. I missed it. Was this something else? This couldn't have been built just for this, right? Maybe this bit in the middle, yes, but... So I got one little shot in there, because everyone else was filming all the way through, but I did ask, and they said no photos, no food. I was like, okay. But I got one shot because everyone else was filming, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to miss out because I asked if the rest can just film anyway. You literally go in, up some steps, along the whole of the top deck, down, all the way down the bottom. So was this here previous? It must have been here previous, right? But they're saying that they do go quite a big scale. It's a bit weird because this is like a sort of dead end, and there is a restaurant here, but I think it's going to close with this area now, which is what, 12:15. That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? It's a shame we couldn't take you in because there's some amazing sets in there, although I would have felt a bit uncomfortable filming because you're literally just filming a person, literally. Right, I know they're acting, but it always feels weird to do. But yeah, they It was like a scare attraction or a walkthrough. A bit like the dungeons, actually. The dungeons are great. London Dungeon, that sort of thing. You go from scene to scene. It was very nice, pleasant. The sets were obviously incredible, as you can imagine. There was moving parts, but it was mostly actor-led. There was some really odd bits though when you're waiting for the rest of the group to catch up. The actors wouldn't, in character, interact with anyone. Don't get me wrong, I'm always mortified if they try and interact with me. So I'm not helping the situation, but they would just stand there and it's like, okay, it's a bit weird now. I was standing here waiting for like one guy to finish taking his selfies, which is literally what we were doing. It was nice. I'm glad I got it because I could have come both days and not realise that. I mean, it's my own fault because the schedule's there. But I might not realise that it feels weird to close at 12:30. Maybe because everyone is just deep into the park now, so very few people are coming down here. I'd put that on par, probably just above the fountain show and way below the two big shows. So this is the little fountain. Yeah, it's just a little show. It lasts for 20 minutes. I'm not going to stand here for 20 minutes. There's some random animals, some turkeys knocking about. Yeah, I won't stay here for 20 minutes, but...
Je me sers d'animaux pour instruire les hommes. J'ai souvent dessiné, souvent imaginé le jardin.
No, it is massive. It is massive. I can see now a bit closer. Right, we're going to go into another walkthrough, which is, it looks like it's army war based. It's one we walked past earlier. The fountain one, if you've not got time, don't worry about it. I arrived just as it was ending, I think. Like the big crescendo, and the water fountains just go up a little bit more. You have a more fun time watching Intoxicated around. So yeah, not the finest word. What's really interesting is all the big shows stop for lunch. So obviously all the guests can get lunch. But all my theme park head is saying, just power through. Don't worry about lunch. But I don't think we're gonna gain an advantage doing that. So like a couple of minutes walk, and now we're going this into like a queue, is it, to get in? The whole thing takes about 15 minutes, it says. Oh, we're in the trenches, that's it, I remember this one now.
Oh, ma Thérèse,
Well, I mean, it was very congested in there. I don't know how that would have come across on camera, but it was literally a trip through the trenches. I remember seeing that a little bit on the website now. And what is this? And yeah, so you go through all the different types, so like the communications bit with the sleep, bit with the eat, first aid. Some good effects in there. The sound design is probably one of the best things in there, because as you hear the gunfire coming in, you'll then hear it hit something on this side. That's quite clever. Then everything's obviously shaking and moving every time a big bomb goes off. And the biggest effect was probably the floor actually shook in one place. It's just very congested in there. In the end, it's quite poignant where I think they both sides make up, and then you come out and there's like a cemetery. There's like all the dead soldiers' graves on there. It's quite a poignant thing. And I imagine if, you know, I've not known a war. I have this thing about war. I think there's a cycle where generations forget how bad war is, therefore we want a war again. And then people who've been through it are like, we're never doing that again. And once all those people die out, we go, oh, I know it's a good idea, go to war again. But I'm, you know, the older generations, and that's another thing about theme parks, particularly in Europe, is they attract an older population than you'd ever find in the UK. You wouldn't find over 60 couples going to theme parks, but you do. Europa Park, you do. But yeah, they were taking their time looking at the scenes in a little bit more detail, I think. It was good. Right, we're going to do the pirate one now, which is the reason why I came, for this one scene. So I'm hoping it's good. Right, we're going to this one next. It's actually on way. It's on way. It's literally on the way. How long this queue is to get in? I don't know whether it's batched, I don't know whether it's just another walkthrough. You notice all the walkthrough type ones are still open through lunch. All the big shows are all closed. These signs are actually in English. It says them about joining the mourning of... Did it say a child?
Dieux sont comme ceux d'Attila le barbare, ils sont morts. Si nous voulons fonder un nouveau royaume, abandonnons nos vieilles croyances.
Le dieu mort est adoré par Clovis. Contemplez la framée d'or, la lance royale. Forgée par Otto, elle sera bientôt rendue par Clovis de Chine.
Ah bien. Je vais me soumettre à la volonté de mes dieux. Arrête! Mais qu'as-tu fait? Fais-vous seul! Non! Je t'en supplie! Arme-toi sans cette bataille.
Adore ce que tu as brûlé et brûle ce que tu as adoré. Je te baptise au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit. Que demandes-tu, Clovis? Monseigneur Clovis.
That one was really good. It was Valhalla, essentially. So the first bit was obviously like a transition scene. Then it was all like water, fire, etc., etc. Really good. There's a little bit more space to breathe in that one. There's a little show scene in the middle which did really clump people up. It's a bit narrow. The scene just needs to be a bit quicker, maybe 30 seconds quicker. But obviously the water fountain's coming down and they have the family, so the family crest of the, I think it's a kid mourning his dad, I think, who used to be a king or someone important, I imagine. And the family crest was like that. But you saw it in the actual fountains. That wasn't a light on top of it. That was one of those machines where you can actually print stuff in the water fountains. Very good. And obviously very big scale. Right, now we're going to the pirates. Another thing to point out is on the app it will tell you when the queue is open, as in like when they're letting people in, and when the queue is full. So I think there's access termin. Termin means I think that's it, and you can't get access to it anymore, I think. But on the app it's in English, so it literally tells you like no more admittance or something similar to that. Okay, this is the pirate one. Imagine people are queuing a little bit, or it's a very slow mover inside there. They do last about 10 to 15 minutes as you walk through them at slow pace.
Parce qu'elle appartenait à un grand navigateur qui était ton ancêtre.
Écoutez, enchanté. Alors, c'est quoi, dis-donc? Envoyez un salut.
Votre seul billet qui m'a fait revenir. Avec ma femme, j'appréhende le Capron. Cher Vénus, et la Chine. Donnez-moi une fierté. C'est mon expédition. Cette vaisselle est mon seul lien.
J'ai envoyé le chevalier de Monty sonder les courants et reconnaître les abords. J'ai cru
Avec ses armoiries?
Oui, elle a été remontée en 1900.
Well, that was brilliant. I'm so glad it lived up. Also, it was really crowded there, really congested until that scene, and then everyone just sort of disappeared or didn't go through. I was like, well, I'm going to go through because it'll be empty. And just anything technological that you add water to just makes it so much more complex. But that scene was great with the water, don't get me wrong. However, the amount of rocking, the only thing that never happened is you never rock. It's all, so if you're in a wheelchair, for example, it is all smooth to go through. But the amount of rocking there was, the sheer amount of mechanisms to make that illusion happen, because it's so long. Another thing as well, you can't see any of the buildings from outside. Imagine they are just warehouses in the middle and plonked and hidden, but I've not seen one show building yet. That was great. I saw the clip on TikTok. This is the thing about including clips and stuff, and people get really, scared about. So I know that sometimes there's a rights issue for sharing stuff. Like the park don't want you to share it because there's rights involved. But when you do, like the power of marketing, I wouldn't have visited half the places that didn't see them off YouTube. To be fair, watching YouTube's cost me a lot of money. They just got a burger and chips from the main restaurant in the centre, and there's a little sign that says terrace with some steps. Very quaint and quiet area up here. Bear in mind the park is very busy. Also, that's a massive bag of fries and a decent burger, the weight of it alone. £14. Not €14, £14. I'm being quiet because everyone else is quite quiet up here. I'm going to quickly eat my fries, keep my burger, take my burger with me, and hopefully go into the thingy show. A lot of people going over there. It's like another jousting one. It's similar to the Spanish one in Europa Park. Can't remember what it's called though. Damn, missed it by literally, I think, 20 seconds. I saw them actually, I could still see people walking even though they pulled the rope across. So I have to come back at 5 o'clock for that. That's fine. I'm still doing pretty well on knocking them out. So I'm gonna head around now to do a few others on basically the other side of the park, because there's a lull on this side of the park where nothing is really happening for like an hour and a half. I cannot tell you how high this is. That's ridiculously high. I think I've accidentally walked through some of the set for this one. Oh, it looks fun. It looks quite small. It's only 8 minutes long. And it's actually just on a path. So, a bit of a hustle to get over here. Hopefully I'll be able to get into this one. Is that a CCTV camera in the middle of that queue? It was. Why? Well, sadly, I've hit two back-to-back absolute damp squibs there. I still got the bell tower one. It's obviously meant to have a person on each side, and you only have one person on one side. And at first, I thought he was playing it, and he's not. It's just because he was hitting any old note. I know why they do that, because it's to keep it exactly the same every time, but I just didn't find it particularly impressive. The animatronics were cool, the things that popped out, the fact that all the mechanisms. And some of the songs, obviously they know them here because they're all singing along to them. It is meant to be like a musical sing-along, not sing-along, but like a family musical show is what they advertise it as. But yeah, it was really, I can tell why it's only 8 minutes. If I'd waited any longer for it, I'd have been a bit upset, I think. Now let's get on to that big show. I'm massively disappointed. When I walked in, I was like, this stage is the biggest stage I've ever seen in my life. I don't think any Disney stage is on that scale. Maybe the Lion King one. There's a Lion King one now. Is that in Paris or is it somewhere else? Where it's like really, it's quite wide. But yeah, like, it was just boring. It was really dull. Yeah, I saw one of the horses when they did this like neon section, UV section where they come out and three of them, and one of them slipped, didn't fall over. I thought, you know what, that's it for me now. Like, just, I don't know. It's like I said, I can't hold the moral high ground at all. But also they just added nothing to the show. I did absolutely nothing to the show at all. During the battle scenes, all they did is run past. It didn't help that I did have a screaming baby next to me and just sat there through the whole thing. So everyone in our little section got to enjoy that. But the guy next to me, you do that thing, don't you? You put a brave face on it and you just kind of smile and kind of like it's not happening. But then the guy next to me, he was constantly looking around at anything that was happening, and he would just stare at the person. He's really not happy. Then the woman in front of me did that thing where she got her phone out, her brightness was on full, and then started taking a video for at least like 4 or 5 minutes. And then everyone in that area could, that's all you can see because it was pitch black in there. That's why my footage isn't the best, and I'll stick by that because I'm not interrupting everyone else's. No one knows that I'm filming in how I do it. Well, unless you're staring at me, obviously, but yeah. The show was about 15 minutes too long. It was only, what, I think it was like 32 minutes. Lots of talking, which didn't help because I didn't have the translation on, so maybe that would have helped. Lots of talking, and also because of the way the horses had to come in and out, they had to open the curtains quite wide. I could see the scene, the big reveal scene, which sort of ruined it a little bit. Because you want it to be a big surprise, don't you? That's the whole point of it. Which one am I going to now? This way, I think. Anyway, we continue. Louis de Puarther. I probably said that wrong. In fact, I was guaranteed I have. Another outdoor one. And this is a 20-minute one. It is a weird feeling, you know, going from show to show to show. It's a very weird thing to do. Also, the park is a little bit hilly. Bear that in mind. I mean, I've been going up and down it all day like a yo-yo. I will say, this is the thing, this is why you should let people eat during your shows. They have made a killing today. Every show, not the indoor ones to be fair, all the outdoor ones, there's always an army of people selling stuff. And they're always busy. Plenty of card transactions going through. You don't get that on a roller coaster ride, do you? Although saying that, a lot of staff in a show, isn't it? A lot of staff. Look at how deep the scene goes.
Affrontons Morgane et libérons la table ronde. Tristan, nous combattrons à tes côtés. Mais que se passe-t-il?
Celui qui portera cette couronne régnera éternellement sur les eaux.
Que m'arrive-t-il? Allez! Aidez-moi!
Que vois-tu?
L'arbre. Il est vivant. Non, Tristan! Arthur peut retirer Excalibur.
Aucun homme ne mérite cette épée, ni Arthur, ni aucun chevalier.
Libère la table ronde!
Rejoins ma table ronde. Serment de chevalier. Nous sauvons la cité. Je vous...
I have no words. I have no words.
J'apprendrai tout à l'heure peut-être.
Jesus H. Christ. Well, I don't know what to say about that again. The fire's still on. Let's get out and let's have a bit of a debrief on both of those shows. Because that's a rush to get both, you see. There's a shot, right? Whenever anyone plays at Wembley, like an FA Cup final, there's a shot. I think is it called Wembley Way? Look at this. I've never, and it's all up here, all on the top row as well. There's some serious numbers in that show. Oh my god, the vapes in this place. They use enough smoke in the show. Okay, let's talk about the show. Obviously, horses. Let's get over that though. The chariot racing, I've never seen that before in a theme park show. And it was actually quite incredible to see, like, I knew there'd be a way of whittling it down just to 2 by the end of it. I didn't think they'd all start just collapsing and wheels start falling off and stuff like that. Done extremely well, like extremely well. Special effects wise, like, I thought they might have people on there jumping down from the roof and stuff, which they didn't. It was covered and it did start chucking it down halfway through, so I was very appreciative of that. It stopped again. Been lucky with the weather. It's not been blasting sunshine all day, which means it's tolerable. But luckily no rain when I've sat in an outdoor show. The scale of that thing is incredible. There's, I think, easily 100 actors in it. I counted it once, so if I stopped bothering it, it's about 50. Then it transformed into a ship. Now, storyline wise, not sure why it did that. Because I think I probably will go and watch that again tomorrow, and I'm gonna put my headphones on and try and get the translation of why that happened. Storyline's the same. It reminded me of remember the Park Asterix one, and I thought that was pretty impressive. The Park Asterix one. I mean, look at the building it's in. I'd love to know how many actually seats, because it is huge. And when the fans were chanting, because half the side was on the poor man's side, and the other one's on the what's the establishment? What's it called? I can't remember that. It transformed into a ship, and I just lost for words when it started transforming. Like, how is it going to transform? And then, for no apparent reason, it started to spin around. Mine was blown. The horses thing is, take that as read, but even with that, it was. Hold on, the geese. Why? Sheep, okay. I think was there some bison in there, or are they just cows? But then the geese came out, and let me tell you, I don't know how much it's costing for all for the camels and for the horses. People would be happy if there was just geese. People loved the geese round where I was sat. Yeah, that was a surprise. The other show, I mean, it is up there as, again, one of my favourites ever. That was good, but I think I still preferred because that's been done a few times, and also the horses thing. The round table. And then again, that one, I've seen clips of that. It's shared quite a lot. The round table is a sleeper hit. The whole thing rises up, which I thought it did, because where the crack was, I was like, something's going to happen here. Then the robo arm, multiple robo arms, because they are robo arms, they must be. Blindfolded fight sequence. Now, yeah, he's probably not blindfolded, he probably can see through it, or some other wizardry's happening. But it was sold pretty well, and even just to move in sync, it's not like you're going up against a person who can retract. Now I know it's not sharp metal, do you know what I mean? But yeah, just you could tell it was a robot because it'd move in a certain way, but very impressive. And then underneath, when there was all the pond and the pond drain, and the round table was in the pond, then even right at the end, which is quite hard to see on camera, I imagine, the round table started rising up for no apparent reason, just slightly, so you could still see them a bit as the thing was sinking. I mean, just it's slam dunk after slam dunk after slam dunk. Apart from the one in the main bit, I think I've only got 2 left. I've got the bird one left, which I'll probably do tomorrow. I think that's finished for the day now. The birds don't do into the evening. That's in the contract. And then There's another indoor one which is on a like a ship's cut down the middle, and you can see into it. And I imagine they'll be doing acrobatics off that and sort of thing. I might call it a day soon because I had a terrible night's sleep last night in the hotel. I got bitten by about 1 million mosquitoes. I've also misplaced my mic receptor, so that's why I'm not on the mic right now. It's been a wonderful day and it just shows you we are so far behind in the UK. We are light years behind. And the excuse of, well, why doesn't no one wants to see the show? Like, yeah, because if you put that show on in the UK, these shows are, in my eyes, better than West End stuff because you are building venues for the show, as in like, which I think they are starting to do now by these theatre shows. Like the ABBA one, that was built for that specific thing. But there's so many tunnels underneath, and it means they can do stuff. Oh, I'm tempted to go and watch the Arthur one again. Oh, I loved it. Right, I don't know where I'm going next. So what I won't be getting today is the Vikings one. That is a big one. That's great because I'll do that tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will stay good. Basically, everyone has come out of the chariot racing one and they've literally gone into this queue. And it's this one down to here. So they have closed that. And that'll be the last show for the day. I've decided for the final show that I'm going to see today to go towards the front. Because I've not been in the front at all. Oh my god, there's even seats down there. I have just realised this whole auditorium is a circle, and that line there looks to me as if it's going to start spinning around. And if it does, this counts as a ride, and it's a proper theme park now.
Les hommes au sang salé. Je ne savais pas que je finirais par aimer la tempête et la mitraille. Mais...
Île royale, il n'y a plus d'officiers de marine.
C'est fini. Je m'en vais. Chez moi. Prends mon logis de Fontclose.
Il faut exterminer.
Paix sous la poutre maîtresse. Cette petite demeure invisible qui noue la coutume, la parole et les visages oubliés. Les croyances ancestrales aujourd'hui bousculées, culbutées.
Right, the whole thing did spin, literally just as I said it would. The amount of sets they had though was crazy. You could always tell which set was being used again though, by which one had the smear marks of horse shit, which is an unusual. One, don't use the horses. One, don't cover everything in shit. And it was smeared everywhere on the carpet because obviously you walk back out over the same carpet. But it's carpet as well. Don't use carpet, lads. If you're going to have horses everywhere. Another issue, when a horse comes out and then someone's giving a really important, putting all their effort into a speech, and a horse just takes a dump. My God, does it just nuke the scene? It was great. There was loads of different sets in there. You could sometimes, because I was sat quite far forward, you could sometimes see like, oh, the chandeliers are here, so this was the same scene as previous. But you're spinning around that much, not enough to make you sick or anything, but like you lose all bearings on where you are. Some really good scenes. Here's another thing as well. The actors. This is what I said about actors. I don't want actors who are all 18 to 23. They pay proper actors. This is someone's proper career, and they had kid actors, which they must have to jump through hoops to sort out. Like you're going to do one show a day, and they've got to have 4 or 5 of them through the day and stuff. But I'd like to do that one again because it was based on something which happened in Nantes, I think. So I want to do that with a translation, actually learn about the story. It was easy enough to follow in French, but it'd be quite nice to know a little bit more if I did that again tomorrow. I'm back tomorrow, so rather than go through everything, let's just pick it up then. And it is day 2. Welcome along. It's a bit cloudy today, but that's fine because for the nighttime show, we want it as dark as possible, as early as possible. And that's the biggest thing today. I've stayed a little bit later purely because there's going to be a lot of traffic getting in. And I think today was going to be busier purely because of the nighttime show tonight. And it's a Friday. So I thought I'd wait a bit, but it's actually the car parking was easier to get in. And I'm actually on a car park which I think might be better to get out. And a bit easier to get out. Yeah, because the other car park, when that's going to be exiting, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, I think. So I'm on car park C today, which is much better. I know it's the same video for you guys, but yesterday I had such a good day. Yeah, there was a few flops in there, a few dud shows, but overall, it was just wonderful. It genuinely was, like, and I've still got 3 shows today. I think there are 2 shows today. Vikings, the bird show. I want to rewatch the round table. I want to rewatch the black and white one as well. Also, if you need a reason to keep watching this video to the end, it's for the nighttime show. Just the stadium seating alone seems wild. It definitely seems busier, but the issue you have is you never know. Oh no. This feels busier. Yeah, no. You see, this show is just like out the jousting show, the one I actually saw yesterday at this time. So it's really hard to gauge how busy places are because it could be like 1 or 2 shows are just let out at the same time. Oh, so this literally acts. It literally just clicked that these are the different shows or different areas of the park. So it's just literally treated as a monorail. There's a road going around the outside because it's on a bit of a hill. When we go to Le Bal des Ossex Fantomas. There you go. Oh dear. Yeah, I did go to the King Arthur to see if I could see the little Microtaptor. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's where I lost it, so it appears to have gone forever. I'm actually heading to this show pretty early, like 45 minutes early, which obviously I don't really want to do, but I don't think I've got a choice today. It's this one and the Vikings are the important one. The nighttime show is a ticketed event, so you get a seat. You literally get a ticket number, seat number. And when I booked it, which was over a week ago, it was on the dregs. You don't get to select your seat. That's the only bad thing and strange thing about it. You just get given your seat. So this is right at the top of the hill. And look, at 45 minutes before, people already flooding in. Oh, it's a long climb up here. Look at the people about to come in. It's a long climb up to the top. I thought, yeah, I know they'll be doing some close-up work down there, but the spectacle is the more fun everywhere, I suppose, isn't it? That's what I was saying yesterday. These guys, she's just bought a beer. It looks like a beer. It's a glass bottle which looks like a beer. And they're selling stuff. Money makers. So they've designed their auditoriums really well. And you know, like I said, that every single place cannot do the whole shuffle thing. I'm directly in the centre now, right? And this centre line pretty much confirms it. Which to here. And what they'll do is, as everyone sits down, they'll then ask everyone to shuffle towards the centre. And what people will naturally do is, when there's space here, people will just move across to get more central. And then they load the final bits from this side. And honestly, it's the first park I've ever seen that get it right. Even like the Disney parks, they're used to sell it, absolutely used to sell it. And it does my head in, because there's no benefit to you arriving early. You want to sort of arrive halfway through the day, halfway through the queue. Also, if you go to the back, you do get a backrest. No advantage. Every show should have a backrest. I'm so old. Poetry in motion. We'll see it happening on the side in a second, probably. Look at how many people are still coming in.
Vous êtes assis autour des ruines du premier...
Soyez les bienvenus dans la demeure d'Isabeau du Puy du Fou. C'est là qu'elle s'appelait Aliéna. Elle était très belle. Elle a été mordue par la bête Faramine.
Sillon de labour, tout couvert de furet.
Il te disait toujours, fredonne ta chanson. Les buses obéissent à la voix.
Et je... D'amour. Quand les corbeaux cueillaient des fleurs dans les roseraies sur les remparts.
Ils les portaient dans leur bec et venaient me les offrir. C'étaient des corbeaux de haute courtoisie.
I remember the courts of love. I remember how the crows would pick flowers from the rose gardens on the ramparts.
They would clasp them in their beaks and bring them to me as gifts. They were such courteous crows.
balloon, the balloon is not, it's not one of the thingy balloons that you get in and go to the top. It's to release the birds for the bird show. It makes me feel slightly better. I think it's like copium, isn't it? Where you're trying to make yourself convinced, like, oh no, it's fine, they're free. It's like, well, they're free. But let's just take that as read, because I've talked about that already with animals. But for an animal show, it's hard not to be impressed by it. I would vote literally right in the middle of the back. You are not. Or if you want to get really close to a lot of animals, these little posts, you see them? Sit next to one of them because they are constantly used through the show. And also, like, minor bit of speech, but for the most part, it's just go, go, go. And the sections are long to allow plenty of time for animals to go everywhere around the theatre. When they started releasing them from the balloon, and to watch them dive, I've never seen that in a show before. That dive, watching them dive is actually incredible. Like, it genuinely quite terrifying, but really very good. I've not seen that demonstrated before. And the only way you can do that is if you have a massive balloon, apparently. So yeah, incredible. It was annoyingly good. Some special effects, but nothing major, but not needed. First time I used the translation, and oh my god, I should have done that all yesterday. Even when I opened up the camera, in fact, I tried to get a snippet by recording my screen. I don't know if it records the audio as well, so you can hear the sort of thing that I was hearing. My headphones let audio pass through, so I can still hear the music and stuff, and a bit of French, but I could the English, and it's fantastic. It worked really well. And I think if you're not constantly playing with your phone, which I was because I was taking pictures and stuff, if you just sit there and let your phone just translate it, it would be brilliant. So make sure you bring plenty of battery, plenty of chargers, because the translation was fantastic and I actually understood what was going on this time. The story was loose on that anyway. But it worked really well. I was surprised at how well it worked, particularly because I had the camera app open and I was taking video. Normally it doesn't like you crossing the streams a little bit. Yeah, that worked really, really well. So I'm going to hopefully catch a couple of the other shows and put the translation on, particularly the Mime and something, the black and white one that I liked yesterday, and the when I do the Vikings one, I'll listen to it for that as well. The problem is that the Vikings and the Mime one, the two that I want to say are about to start. I'm not going to get there in time for either of them. That's a bit annoying. And now there's a big lunch gap, like I said, between that one and the next one. And I've been secluded for about an hour down this. There's a half an hour show. I've been secluded about half an hour down this section. It's been quite nice to be out of the mentalness. This is a little train, and it's themed as if it's like, you know, when a circus pulled into town, like an antique. Yeah. Nice little thing. I didn't know that was literally. I didn't know it's not massively promoted on the map, but really handy little thing. Right, I'm gonna go and do Arthur again, then maybe the Mime show, then try and get into Vikings. I'll have a nice little chunk of time before Vikings then, I think. So at one point, I've talked about this already, the round table one. It's mostly, I'm there for the Robo Arm more than anything else. One thing I've not spoken about is you can buy Express, but Express was sold out. Fast Track. Well, I can see bits of Vikings. Vikings it's a good one to leave to last because it's meant to be a sweet one. They're selling sandwiches just from. What a great idea! Why does no one else do that? If I was a theme park tomorrow, I'd literally be sending someone else. If that's blown my mind to see that. That just because they do it for ice creams, why wouldn't you do it for sandwiches? €6. Here's a ham and cheese just to keep you going. If the queues are too big, which they obviously are today, they're mental. Once again, though, this is the thing, right? If you can afford to have this many people in the park, and if you can afford to do all these special effects in the shows, you can afford to put a few toilet blocks in. The queues for the toilets, I mean, as a guy, it takes me, what, a few minutes to queue and get in. The queue for the ladies. I just don't know how in 2025 parks still can't put in enough toilets for how many people they want to have in the park. Every toilet there's like, they're all tiny. They're obviously from a day when it used to be a lot smaller. But yeah, the ladies' toilets are just miles. The food units at the minute are getting hit. Bring a packed lunch. Obviously I'm not going to film this one, but look, they've now got baguettes. It's lunchtime. It's such a good idea. And when they've sold them in here, you can then sell them outside. So a quick word on the fast track. I wouldn't say fast track is guaranteed, because when it says terminal, that means that they're not letting anybody in, regardless of whether you've got the access pass, whether you've got the fast track pass, which is what I don't know what they call it here. It was 30 quid, like I said before, and you get to sit in these little zones, which are normally the best seats. I'll be honest, there's probably been a few times where I would have used an express pass and it would have meant I could save 20 minutes, like I can get to the show a little bit later, but don't see it as like a guarantee to see stuff, because it really isn't if there is that big a queues waiting for it outside. I just want to reiterate that is the best, it's just the best show I've ever seen, I think, from a text point of view. Also, the revolving nature in the big scene, because I was a lot further forward that time, you can see the set go in the opposite direction right at the back of the carousel set. And in that one we got autumn leaves. We didn't have autumn leaves yesterday, and it's real rain. It's real rain coming down, as in like it's a lot of water that comes down onto the stage. It's hard to know whether I just watch it twice, one further back, one at the front. Always watch it twice. So on the way in to the Vikings area, you're actually through a little Viking village. I'm 40 minutes prior to the show. I wonder if they have chip and pin in there. Yeah, straight into the queue. It's the last one, and you tick off. Here we go. I am in, and this is my spot. The final show. They did something weird. They loaded from that corner, and then everyone came to the middle, and now they're loading from nearer the middle, where the middle is now fuller. Very strange. Oh, actually, maybe that's because they can fit more queue line in. That makes sense. little bit confused because it was obviously the start. They're going to get married, have a nice time. Then I'm going to try to include highlights. I'm not going to put everything in there, and there's lots of stuff that I missed. It's a great effect right at the end. That completely fooled me, and I'm still looking now to how it's done. I can't find out how it's done. It's absolutely fair play, and you need to come and see it. Birds flying over. There are, I mean, and let's talk about animals. The bison running. There was a horse on fire. When I say on fire, I mean like it's obviously wearing fireproof stuff, but again, just same old. That I don't really want too much about it, but the only thing left now is the nighttime show. I've got a long wait now. I'll see if there's anything else which will fit the times and do another watch or something else. But other than that, I'll probably just see you just for the nighttime show, and I'll put some highlights from that, which it's only on once a week. And the fact that the one thing that's missing from all the shows, well, from the outdoor shows, is like the lighting element. Obviously, you get that on the interior shows, so I cannot wait to see what they do. I think it's going to be out of this world. All these birds flying around tells me it's the end of the bird show. The King Arthur one has just finished this second because it's the music at the end of that is fantastic, Excalibur, and the Vikings are just let out. This is going to be carnage. I'm going to take a little look at the timetable, see what's going on. Even on the busiest days. I know it's not lunchtime now, but if you're just looking for somewhere to chill, this looks splendid. Okay, so it's been a while now before the nighttime spectacular. I'm sure it said 2,500 actors. It's got to be everyone from the park plus a whole lot of volunteers, right? Summer. 2,500. But I think it starts at 10:30 and goes to midnight. That can't be right, surely. That's insane. Also, all the fireworks will be going off. But then saying that, it only gets dark about 10, doesn't it? It's the height of summer. So I'll do some fact find on that. I'm going to tell you that now because I'll forget to tell you that later. Also, another little tip is maybe bring a cushion. Because there's no backrest, and I'm finding. Because I say, if you sit down all day for an office or anything like that, you've got a comfortable chair. You are on hardwood concrete for a lot of the day. So, yeah. Bring anything to make yourself comfortable. So I've done a few more shows actually. I did the Mime and the Start again, third time. I don't repeat stuff. If you see my vlogs, like in the theme parks, once I've done the ride, unless it's blown me away, I mean like Ride to Happiness, yeah, okay, I stayed on that for a while. But I don't really repeat stuff. And absolutely the same with shows, particularly because they're half an hour long. But I also did, I am also passing time a little bit now because I went to check with the guest services. One, they haven't found my microphone adapter. How dare they? About the start time. So it wasn't really obvious, but it does start at 10:30 and the doors open at 9:30. There are no more shows now. There are no more shows at all. And I'm walking this way in the park. This is not towards the exit. This is just towards the burger place I went to yesterday. I don't really fancy rotisserie chicken, so I'm just going to go to the burger place again. And because I need something to eat, because all the shops will be closed by the time I leave, which will be past midnight tonight, by the way. And the doors open at 9:30, which is about an hour and a half. So the park is now just open, and all the catering outlets are still open. So it's now just a really posh park, essentially. And people, obviously, anyone that's staying must be doing the nighttime show tonight. But this was the same yesterday. Yesterday, the only show, which was about, I think it was like 10 o'clock, was the fountain show, which was obviously all lit up. But there was a 3-hour gap. Oh, see, look, everything's closed. This is the walkthrough for the trenches. Yeah, the trenches. So it's all closed now, which is so weird because you think, well, that shouldn't work. And there'll be a lot of people going home. The gift shop is rammed. Everyone's buying merchandise. That goes to another thing as well. People. Which way am I going? I think it's this way. People they just want good experiences and they'll get behind it. There's no IP here. No, I don't think any of these are IPs. Please correct me if I'm wrong. They are just fantastic stories. You don't have to have any knowledge to appreciate just how much tech goes into this stuff. I can hear music. Oh, That speaker is the most obvious speaker I've seen in the park. I have to show this. Look at this. Every theme park I've ever been to, they close their units at 4 PM if they shut at 5 or 6. Give a reason for people to stick around. Every group, and it costs what? €16 a meal. And people aren't eating sandwiches. They're in the queue. I'm about to do the same. Ordering food. Fair play. Well, I think this little toilet block, this block over here is actually some toilets. Which is good because they'll be empty because there's no one here. And that's the only thing I would say, that they need to up their toilet capacity. This is definitely, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a lot of cheering and they're playing some songs to get people pumped up. Don't forget there's 2,500 of them. And I've just been told again by Adam, it's a 13,000 seater stand. 13,000. It just shows you how, and like the Rome one was 8,000, I think he said. Oh no, maybe it was people clapping along. Look at the size of it. I'm not going around there yet. I've got to walk around the long way out the park. So, quick perspective, because I imagine most people watching this have seen the, what's it called, Fantasmic in Florida, and that's saying it hosts 6,000 people. The Rome one, I think Adam said hosts 8,000 people, so that's already bigger. And then this is going to host 13,000, and I think it's sold out. Plus 2,500 actors. The numbers are crazy. So as you can see, you don't need a park ticket to come to this. It's 30 quid just for a ticket to this. Like I say, it's £106 I think for 2 days at the park and this. And about 60 quid if it's just the two parks you want and don't want to do this at the end. The good news is that because of this little side entrance, we don't have to go through security again. Down here, we have our own little festival area. People rushing to the toilet, as you can imagine. You know what this is? A little map, a little guide. Get some fries. Section P, row 7, seat 31. And I think it's another 10 minutes to walk from here. You know it's bad when women are just waiting in the men's queue. I've never seen that before. It's literally, I am nitpicking, but it's the only thing that's been a constant problem all day, like huge queues for toilets. I still can't understand it because everyone will need to go to the toilet. Oh my god. This is insane. There's an escalator. There's an escalator. There's an escalator. A woman just fell over at the bottom of the escalator. And there's 2 staff members at the bottom of the escalator. And oh my god, were their reactions fantastic. Oh, and when I say fell, she proper fell. Probably went back and was going with it. And their reaction was so fast. And they got 2 staff members at the top as well. That's what I mean, all day they have been so good at just everywhere operationally. They've been amazing. Oh, there's some more toilets up here. Look at this. We're in a football stadium. What is going on? So you can see how late I was at buying a ticket. It starts with A, goes all the way to Z, and then there's P on the far side. But I did see TripAdvisors and they said, don't worry if you're in P, you'll still have a great time. So I've not been stressed about it, thinking I've got rubbish seats. I literally thought it would be a rickety grandstand. I mean, it can't be for 13,000 people, so I was being a bit idiotic. But this is insane. I don't know what I was expecting. Okay, this is the moment. I've walked all the way to the end. It's hard to put into words what I have just seen. Look at the people. Can you see how many people there are? It's going to be a long exit. You can see the drones. The drones are still making their way home, nice and softly. It was absolutely insane. So whilst I'm here, actually, I could actually describe this a little bit better before I head into the car park. So you've got set over that side, a little bit of a village over there, and the main lawn. And I was sat, like I say, at row 7, so not very high at all. I didn't film because no one was filming, literally no one was filming. I didn't see anyone get the phone out until right at the end. Everyone was taking pictures of the fireworks. And the fireworks just never ended, they just kept coming. There wasn't a lot of them, but like, you thought there's, oh, okay, that's the end now. And it just carried on and carried on. Yeah. We'll head back to the car and I'll do a few minutes just talking about it. There are good and bad points. There are some bad points about it, but there's a lot of people in it, and I just want to give you the scale. There's people like at the top of the towers. I'm pretty sure that's the castle, you know. That's from the Spanish, not a Spanish show. What was it? Yeah, it was a Spanish show, wasn't it? If you struggle with mobility, I don't know if this bus takes you to your car, or does it just take you? Yeah, because you put a shutter down. Maybe this takes you to the car. No, this is bringing you back from the what we've just done for about 10 minutes. This is bringing you back from there. Oh, it's such a well-oiled machine. Okay, I'm in the car park because there's some decent lighting for once. Normally it's pitch black, but not here because it's a well-oiled machine. Okay, so my days at the park in general, phenomenal. I've already said the downsides, which are like, smoking is what, I know it's France, I know everyone smokes, but like, for some reason, it's just felt insane here the last couple of days. Like, it's genuinely like every path you're on, maybe because it's just been so busy and the paths aren't Disney size, so you can't spread out as much, but there's that, and also the toilets. And I said about the animals as well, but like I said, I've got no moral high ground on the animals because I still eat meat, I'm not a vegetarian, so you can kind of cancel that out if you want. Other than that, the shows are phenomenal. My favourite show, even after seeing that spectacle, it's still The Mime and the Star. Like, I still prefer that, and I've watched it 3 times over 2 days, and I don't repeat anything. That says everything it needs to. Let's talk about this. Now, I said no one has a bad seat. My seat was both good and bad. Good because I was that low down, row 7, in the P section, and I was literally on the furthest left it could be, one in from the side, right? There's no one to the left at all. And a lot of the scenes, there was like a house that popped out of the ground, were happening like here. On the other side, there weren't any big scenes that kind of appeared. There was a couple in the centre, which I had no idea what was going on at all. 2,500 actors. Some of them are dots, and I was at the front. If you're at the back of the grandstand, they are. But the fact they are there. So on the left, you've got a castle frontage. Then you've got the castle from the Lance, the very first show that I saw. That's in there as part of that castle. Then in the middle, you've got another like castle ruins, all projection mapped, really high quality, really well done. I would say it's a 45-minute show over the course of an hour and a half. I do still get, I still think I got my value for money at £30. Do not get me wrong, right? Do not get me wrong. But because everywhere, like if you see someone coming in the distance, you have to wait for them to walk all the way around, and it just takes a long time. I imagine it's like it's easily a kilometre, if not more, 2 kilometres to walk all the way around. So it just takes a long time, and that happens a lot. Like you're waiting a lot for like the army to arrive or just something else to arrive. Like not all the time. Sometimes like you just jump to the next scene where the lighting would change and people have been set up over here. A few really good scenes. And it took 40 minutes, I think, before any action started. There was just a lot of walking and animals would come out. The geese were back. They're on a night shift. So there's a bit too much of that for me. Like I want a little bit more action. And what they did do is they did have water fountain screens, but they barely used them just to play video. They did a little bit, but they didn't do much of that, which I did enjoy because these days it's just easy to do that, I think. Put loads of video footage on there. One scene I absolutely really liked. And also, I'm going to just say, the quantity of it is crazy. They are in the windows, right? That's why I tried to take a little video at the end and just show you how far away, because they are far away. They are super far away. They're further than this third light pole away, right? And you see them, they have the flags, and they'll dance along in time. I wonder if they have a different version of the audio down there, so when I see it, they're dancing in time, because otherwise, by the time the sound gets to them or travels down that's the sort of tech that I'd love to know about. I'd love to do behind the scenes on how that's time synced and stuff. It must be incredible. So they had huge fountains, and then what was this? Oh yes, the scene I really liked was the dad went off to war. This is a common thread in most of these shows today. Dad went off to war, and then it showed these explosions happening and they were running through the water. Now that lake you see, it's not deep. It's maybe like, well, parts of it must be deep, but there's a lot of walkways where they can, like, it's just like literally a few centimeters deep, and they can run through it. And they'd run through it, and a big explosion would go off, along with a army like gun noise, and then they would fall to the floor into the water. That scene was just really, really good. And then they're all having a nice party scene, all happy chappy, and then a plane went over, an actual plane. Is it a drone dressed up, or is it just like a model airplane? It was quite well done though. And then it all turned into like another air raid battle scene. That was pretty good. Lots of fire. The whole castle on the far side, in the middle one, that caught on fire. It was really, again, just looked incredible. When the thunder went off, it was literally like thunder had gone off. It was so loud and so well done. And also the sound design is great. If someone's talking or the church bells coming from over there, you hear it from over there. It sounds stupid, but those little things, like, someone's thought about it, and the channel mixing that has to happen to make that happen is also incredible. And then we had some drones. So drones, how they are used very sparsely. I quite like that. Not gimmicky at all. I think it was like someone died, and then they were simulating candles that would float around in circles. That was quite nice. They came back at the end, and then they came back at the end. They came back to do something else. And they came back at the end to do French flags. I couldn't work out whether they dropped something from the drone and then there was like a flag behind them, or if it was actually a screen. I think it was just a flag, though I'm not sure. What is also incredible is when you're sat there and you look up, it was because it was so dark. I don't know if they turned all the lights off around the car park during that time. It was so dark. It was the darkest sky I've seen in a long time. You can see all the stars, see a few planes going overhead. That was quite incredible. It's a nice night tonight. They were selling blankets. Did I say that? I can't remember if I did. But they were actually selling blankets, branded blankets, and handing them out. This is the thing, put on shows. Why? Every theme park should be putting on shows. Just think of the extra revenue. But then theme parks put on shows and go, you can't eat or drink in here. They have gone, you can do what you like here. If you're a sleeping bag, give you a sleeping bag. Let's say you're a sleeping bag. I know it's not in a bad way. I think that's a great way to make money, and you can put on spectacular. And spectacular. This was a spectacular. Like, it was. I am never going to do it justice. If I found some clips, some promotional clips, they'll never do it justice. The fireworks kept on doing. And what was happening? Oh, during the battlefield scene, there was some explosions. I have never felt them to be that loud. Maybe it's just because normally the explosion for a big solid firework, category 4, I don't know what they are, but maybe because it's quite far away. These were close to the point where everyone around me was putting. I was literally loving it. I was like Mr. Bean on when he only turns the ride up to like 12 or something, and he's loving it whilst everyone else is terrified. Loved that of the battle scene. And then I thought towards the end, in the party scene before it all kicked off again, they were using these really, I'd say, tasteful fireworks where it was quite quiet and it was quite fluttery. I was like, oh, it's past 11 PM now. Can they not like go full Monty with the fireworks? That'd be quite good. And I actually sat there thinking, why doesn't like Towers just do that? Like quiet fireworks. There's no noise to them. But no, I was wrong. So they did that, and then they had a finale. And everyone started clapping as if that was the end. And then they had another finale, and then they had the actual finale, which is the one you saw when because everyone started filming clips. Then they were having the bows essentially. When they're having the bows, the fireworks are still going off. And there's that final thing when the drones came out in blue. And yeah, quick downside, and it did let me down at the worst possible time. I couldn't get the commentary working. So I'm storyline wise, I can't tell you what was going on for the entire thing, and I'm gutted about it. It's one of those things, if I never had it, I wouldn't care, because I was like, well, it is what it is. Because I've had it all day, and it's been a game changer, I was gutted it didn't work. And the issue with the app is there's nothing to tell you it's working or not working until the moment of the show. And when that bit's too late, I can't be playing on my phone or messing around with my phone when the show's going on and it's in complete darkness. I just can't do that. So that was gutting. I think it was because I was on the edge of their Wi-Fi. You have to be on their Wi-Fi, you can't use data. And I think I kept losing the Wi-Fi connection, so it just said error downloading files, and then it doesn't let you do anything else after that. You have to close the app and try again. And I think the Wi-Fi, because obviously the Wi-Fi is going to be under a lot of pressure in there as well, isn't it? 13,000 people. That can't be an easy technical feat either. So yeah, so that was a bit. That was really gutting because I didn't know what was going on for most of it. It does mean I can appreciate the technology and other fireworks, everything else, and the sheer numbers, the sheer size, the sheer logistics. But that was taken away from me at the worst possible time, and it's like, if I knew the story, would that have been... and also, with that many actors and with that many things going on, it was hard to know where to look at times. I couldn't follow it. I didn't, other than the dad going away to the thing, to war, I couldn't really follow it. And that was a bit gutting, to be honest. What I would do when I come again is I would plan my visit in advance, and I would I'd pay extra for I think it's gold. Is it gold, silver and bronze? Can't remember how they do it on the website. And sit further back to try and get a bigger... Because you got to remember, on row 7, once they bring the cast of 300 people, I'm now behind 300 people before I can actually see anything. So it wasn't a huge problem, that. And there was always something to look at. But I would definitely pay the extra, getting the gold. Yeah, for the next visit. That is it. That's a long wrap up, but a lot just went on in the last hour and a half. Scale, operations, every staff member's been incredibly well educated. The operations, I just noticed then as we're walking out, they'd taken out all the turnstiles to ensure a better flow for people exiting. The turnstiles we used to scan in earlier, or the barriers. It might just be barriers, but they, again, It's not their first road. I have this expression on the channel when I say every day it's like this. They come to work and this is how they do it every day, whereas they do it here every day and they have nailed it. They have absolutely nailed it. It's a long video, I appreciate that, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. This park, there's talks of it coming to the UK. Sustainability wise, I don't know how it's ever going to have the custom to sustain it. I genuinely don't. We're never doing these numbers in the UK, not in the wildest dreams. The Spanish one is a little bit smaller. The quality is still the same. That is definitely next on the hit list to go and see that. If it comes to the UK though, I will be extremely happy because I know the quality, they will not allow the quality to be bad. And once again, for the theme parks in the UK, it's going to be an absolute stinker for them, because how do you do any show after you've got that? And particularly if they price it at a similar price to this. Like I say, just for the main park, it's like 30 quid. 30 quid. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. If you got this far, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you can. Go and check out Theme Park Dash if you haven't seen that already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.